You're listening to the Visibly Fit podcast. Hey, I'm your host, Wendie Pett, and every week I'll give you holistic, practical solutions for everyday issues related to nutrition, healing, functional fitness, and behavior modifications. As a naturopath, fitness expert, and wellness coach for over 20 years, my goal is to empower you to reach for greater health and to rise up to your next level of living in mind, body, and spirit. You were created with greatness in mind. It's time to own it. Are you with me? Then let's dive in. Hello and welcome to the Visibly Fit podcast. I'm your host, Wendie Pett. It is so good to be here with you today. Thank you for just spending your precious time with me. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love spending my precious time with you. I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're listening to this live time, we just finished with that holiday. And I love this holiday because it's such a great time to give thanks and to have gratitude for our lives, right? And to really reflect on the goodness of God. So I hope that you just felt joy and love and all the goodness in your own life for this particular holiday, and that you didn't overeat. How many people can say they didn't overeat? I can actually say I didn't overeat, but not too many people can. And we're going to talk about what happens in the body when you do overeat certain foods. We're going to be talking about gout today. Yeah, gout. I have a lot of people that'll say, Wendie, I'm really dealing with gout in my big toe. That's usually the main place that it shows up. Sometimes it's the ankle and a little bit in the knee, but usually it's in the big toe. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. But first, I just wanted to again say thank you for spending this time with me. And I was thinking about the holiday weekend, and what I got to do, and I wanted to share with you because I had so much fun. I got to take some precious little girls. So there's 3 of them. Todd has 12 grandkids, and the 3 youngest are, 5, 10, and 12, 5, 9, and 12. Anyway, I got to take them roller skating. And I was so excited because I wanted to spend some special quality time with them. And I didn't know what to do, but honestly, the Lord does this a lot. He wakes me up in the middle of the night when I'm kind of struggling, trying to find a solution or an answer. And all of a sudden I woke up at 2 a.m. with the answer of go roller skating. And I thought, oh my goodness, all right. I have not gone roller skating in 18 years, but let's do this. I grew up at the roller skating rink in Texas. That's kind of what we did for fun back in the day. And, you know, the feathered hair and the goodie brush in your back pocket. This is going to date me a little bit. But I spent a lot of my weekends at the roller skating rink, had my own skates with purple wheels, and oh my goodness, just loved that time. But but I have not been on roller skates for 18 years. And let me tell you, that's a great workout. It is a fantastic workout. We had so much fun. And this roller skating rink was packed, like jam packed. And they were playing a lot of great music, and it just kind of brought back incredible memories as well. But the 3 littles, they had never been roller skating before. They've done some rollerblading, but roller skating was new. And they caught on quick, but it was just fun. And they wanted me to grab them by the hand and take them around really fast. And we just had a blast. But I did notice that I mentioned it's a great workout, that my inner thigh on my right leg was a little sore the next day. And I thought, well, that's weird. Why only one side? But then I realized as I was, going crisscross, you do your little cross stance as you go around the corners, that I was pushing off of that foot a lot more. So it got a better workout, I guess. So felt sore the next day, and I slept well that night, but man, we had a good time. So if you've not been roller skating in a long time, I highly recommend it. But that's a great activity to, just good cardiovascular workout. If you get that, get going with some pretty good speed and have fun, and it's a great stress reliever. And anyway, I just highly recommend it. So get out there, go have some fun. And if you have to get some little kids to go with you so you don't feel like why am I an adult at a roller skating rink? Then find you some kiddos, take them with you, and y'all will all have a great time and the memories will be priceless. But all right, I digress. But I wanted to talk to you today about gout. And I think the biggest reason it was on my mind is because I'm getting a lot of emails recently about it, but also because of Thanksgiving and all of the rich foods that so many people um, consumed on that day. Gout tends to flare up. So, what is gout exactly? Gout is really when there's like this excessive buildup of uric acid in the body. Okay. And this can cause that uric acid, that overproduction of uric acid really is problematic because people that have the gout issues, they either can't eliminate it efficiently, or they just have issues with that, or they've had an injury on that toe, which I've experienced a little bit of gout myself because of an injury. And I notice whenever I eat things like asparagus, it tends to kind of flare up, and that's because there's a lot of purines in asparagus. But we'll get to that. But yeah, it's a body that really has an excessive amount of uric acid buildup and really can't eliminate it. And usually it'll attack the toe for some reason or another. It goes to that toe, and it's like arthritis. It feels like arthritis. It's like kind of pains, like little needles. It's stiff, it's achy, it's red, it's swollen, it's just major inflamed, right? And it's not fun. I mean, if you've ever experienced gout, you know that it's problematic. Like it's hard to walk. It's just kind of a constant pain. There's been people that have had gout so bad that even the light little pressure of the sheets at night will just send them through the roof, like in pain. Like it's a problem. And so how does gout continually flare up, right? What's the reason? I mentioned purines in the diet, right? They are problematic. And purines are substances, it's chemicals in certain foods, like I mentioned, asparagus, but it's in red meat, organ meats, seafood, peanuts and shellfish, sweetbreads, alcohol. That's another reason it tends to flare up around the holiday season. So I'm sharing this with you in hopes that you will change the way you are currently thinking about the holidays, because there's no need to go through this pain. There really isn't. It's your body telling you. It's like these alarm bells going off, like, hey, this is not good for you. Stop doing this to me. So the constant overindulgence of foods, it's actually known as the rich man's disease, if you will, because the rich man, quote unquote, had the funds to buy all these rich, elaborate foods and these sweets and these um, delicatessens. They are not, they're problematic. They're harmful to our bodies. So these rich meats and the sugary foods are problematic, and the alcohol. Okay, so let's not do that to our bodies, because your body will let you know. Um, you know shortly after you consume it. And it's just not worth it. It's just really not. It can trigger gout attacks like you wouldn't believe. Now, obesity is another big reason. Again, this is an inflammatory issue, right? So if you are obese, or you're really overweight, not quite obese, but overweight, you increase the risk of developing gout. And that excess weight puts additional pressure on those joints, and it can lead to inflammation. Okay. So we want to get rid of the chronic inflammation, get rid of the unhealthy ways in which your body is just um, living in a day-to-day basis that doesn't have to, you don't have to live this way. Okay. So if you're in a place of you're obese or you're overweight and you're in pain, we can fix that. We can fix it. I see it over and over again with my patients. A lot of times people blame genetics for gout. Yes, gout can run in the family, but a lot of times you got to look at the history of, how does my family eat? What's the you know predisposition of this gout situation? Like, let's go back and look what has been the way in which my family has operated. So it may not necessarily be genetic. It just might be the excuse that we put on genetics, right? I mean, yeah, it can run the family, but it's usually because of our traditions of our eating and drinking habits. So we can change that. Medications can be a big problem for gout issues, such as diuretics, and they really interfere with the excretion of that uric acid. So those kinds of medications can lead to gout. You may be experiencing that, but there's so much that you can do about gout. Again, I mentioned injuries can cause gout. So there's multiple reasons why this occurs, but it doesn't have to remain. And that's the point. I want you to have some practical solutions so that you can manage or even get rid of this gout issue, because I don't want you to suffer. I really don't. And your body is giving you those alarm bells to get you to change the trajectory of your habits, to change the trajectory of your life. You have to manage your life differently to get out of pain. You really do. But it doesn't take long for that gout, those flare-ups to diminish quickly. And part of it is hydration. Some people are just chronically dehydrated. You need to drink plenty of water. You got to flush out that uric acid, right? A lot of people end up with kidney stones, right? That's that crystallization of that uric acid. And we want to continue to flush that out. And a lot of people that get those kidney stones are pretty, you know, notably dehydrated compared to most. So that can be a big help if you start to drink more water. Now, I am definitely going to talk about your diet, because the diet is important. You want to avoid those purines that I mentioned before, the red meats, the shellfish, the alcohol, the rich foods, the peanuts, the sugary foods, and focus more on what am I going to say? You got it. Foods that are rich in nutrients, phytochemicals, phytonutrients, um, uh, like fruits and vegetables and whole grains, and just whole food, plant-based lifestyle, right? That will get rid of your gout. It really is that easy. It, I know it is that easy. I know you're saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. I've tried it before. It didn't work. Well, I promise. It just takes a change in mindset, and some help and some guidance and some accountability to get you into this new way of a lifestyle. And I promise the pain will go away. I've seen it time and time again. I mentioned before about obesity being, one of the culprits for having gout. So we got to maintain your weight. It's important. You have to reduce the strain on your joints. This will lower the risk of gout attacks, because it's that chronic inflammation that is the problem. Now, as a naturopath, I really like to not only teach you how to eat the proper foods that will get rid of the chronic inflammation and get rid of things like gout in your body, but give you some herbal remedies and some ideas that could help you along the way. And some of those things you may or may not have heard of, but some anti-inflammatory ideas are like ginger and cayenne, um, turmeric. I talk about turmeric, right? A lot. Turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory. They've got incredible anti-inflammatory properties. Devil's claw. Maybe you haven't heard of devil's claw, but it can really help alleviate gout symptoms. Celery seed, or even drinking celery juice, can help a lot. Bilberry extract is a great source of just powerful antioxidant compounds. So these are things that you can take that can assist. And if you are eating a whole food plant-based lifestyle, and you're moving your body, and you're hydrating, drinking plenty of water, and taking some of these herbal supplements as well, oh my goodness, gout be gone. Seriously. And alfalfa. What about some alfalfa sprouts, or just taking alfalfa in tablet or pill form? That can help reduce that serum uric acid immensely, like taking about 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams a day. That would really help a lot. So these are just small little things that you can do, but don't just do these, um, you know, herbal remedies and, just do that and just do water intake, but don't change the other part of the equation. It's the food. I'm always going to go back to the food because the food is the reason why you're probably in the place you're in to begin with. So let's change the food and not just take a pill. But if we're doing that in conjunction, then we can hit that gout and alleviate that chronic inflammation a lot quicker. Now, another one that I really like a lot is red tart cherry juice, and that is not only great for gout, but man, it's great to help you sleep at night, or just eating, really amazing good cherries, like eating 5 to 10 a day. It's definitely been associated with lowering that risk of gout because it's got incredible anti-inflammatory properties. I like King Orchard's red tart cherry juice. You can get any brand you want, but I really like theirs. I'm not, you know, an affiliate or anything, but King Orchard's red tart cherry juice is one of my favorites. What else? Vitamin C. That's just going to be great this time of year anyway, but vitamin C can really help lower uric acid levels. So, what do you want to do? You want to include foods that are rich in vitamin C. Citrus foods. We think about fruits such as, you know, oranges and you think of lemons and limes and that kind of thing, right? Citrus fruits are going to be helpful, but so are also berries and leafy greens. So that'll kind of point us back to that whole food plant-based lifestyle. That will give you an uptake in your vitamin C. And also that vitamin C is great for your immune system, right? So during this time of year, that is important. We want to keep that immune system up and get that chronic inflammation down. I mentioned already about alcohol. Alcohol is just such a big issue. I'm going to say issue during this time of year. People use it to socialize, people use it to self medicate because this can be a lonely time of year, not just a celebratory time of year, but it can be a lonely time for many people. And so they tend to reach for alcohol, or maybe there's a neurological association with this time of year and alcohol. And there's a lot of sugar in a lot of these drinks too, right? So this can especially be problematic on gout. Beer is super problematic on gout. My grandfather had horrible gout issues, and he actually had horrible alcoholism and all kinds of things. But he had issues with a couple of his legs. Started out with gout. He ended up with some sores. He was a diabetic. He ended up having his legs amputated. So yeah, it's a problem. We cannot keep drinking and eating ourselves to death. Okay. It's just a slow, steady death. Okay. So that's what I do not want for you. I really want you to live this life as God intended. And I know there's a addiction part of this equation, but you can overcome. I promise. I've seen it in my own family. I've seen portions of it in my own life. Won't go there right now, but I'm telling you, you can overcome because with God, we can do all things, right? All things are possible in Him. So let's not reach for the thing that's going to really poison our bodies. Now, what else am I going to say about gout? And I would say this about just about anything that is, you know, going to show up in your body. It would be a whole food plant-based lifestyle. It would be drink more water. It would be regular exercise, right? I'm going to say that you've got to reduce that inflammation. And the only way to do that is to stop living a sedentary lifestyle. Regular physical activity, you've got to get that in to maintain a healthy weight, to improve just circulation in your body. Again, reducing that inflammation, but getting rid of that excess unhealthy weight on your body is going to be the name of the game. You've got to get some exercise in. So maybe it's just walking. Maybe it's doing my Visibly Fit 7x11 exercises. If you do not have those, go to wendiepett.com and grab those for free. They are powerful. You're just using your body as your gym, and they're moving isometrics. Okay. So you can even do most of them while you're seated. So if you are obese or highly overweight and you have a hard time standing or a hard time doing certain exercises, start here. Start doing the Visibly Fit exercises. I promise you will start to see a big difference. Okay. All right. What else? What else causes gout? I know we're kind of on the topic of gout, but this could really apply to multiple diseases in the body, dis-ease in the body. But we're going to talk about the stress management or stress mitigation. Again, during this time of year, people are like on high alert, right? There's like massive stress in most people's life because we have done it to ourselves, if I can be so blunt about it. We have put so much on our calendar that we are stressed to the max. And it's up to you. It's up to you to put those healthy boundaries around your calendar and mitigate the stress. But you also might need to do some exercises to help to mitigate that stress, like deep breathing exercises, different techniques such as prayer and meditation, even the walking. I know that's exercise, physical exercise, but it's also a way to manage stress. Yes, it's getting darker earlier, but I really, really want to encourage you to get outside and go for a walk. Make sure you're wearing something that, people can see you. If it's dark out, wear some reflectors, that kind of thing, and wear the proper attire, but get outside, go for that walk, reduce that stress, and do what you have to do. Again, deep breathing is incredible. It will start to, regulate your blood pressure almost immediately. So if you're like maxed out and you feel like your blood pressure is high and you're just, you know, not doing really good, that causes inflammation in the body. So we need to mitigate the stress and do the proper techniques to do so. And that will help also with gout. Now, what else can you do to mitigate this gout issue? Again, the reason I'm even talking about this is because I've had a few emails lately like, hey, I've got this gout issue. What can I do? Again, goes back to whole food, plant-based lifestyle and exercising regularly. But there are other things you can do, like bringing in a good quality fish oil or even bromelain, quercetin. All those can help to reduce inflammation and manage those gout symptoms. But there's a big, long list of things we can do. But you just got to do something, okay? I don't want you to get overwhelmed with everything I just shared with you. Pick three and start doing them consistently. Have the discipline to be consistent in your efforts and start to watch the chronic inflammation leave your body. So what is that going to be for you? Not just the pill, not just the herbal supplement. That's a great start. If you want that to be one of yours, fine. But what's another one? Pick it. Is it walking? Is it drinking half of your body weight in ounces in water every day? Is it de-stressing? What is it? Pick it and stick it. Pick those 3 items that you can do and then just master them, and then bring in something new that I've added to on this list, whether it's the red tart cherry juice or celery juice or bringing in more turmeric, or taking bromelain, or whatever it is, add 3 more. All right. Kind of master the first 3, give yourself, 2 weeks, master those first 3, make it where it's becoming more of a habit, and then bring in 3 more and see if that gout does not disappear. I promise it will. Add a plant on every plate. That's right. Get rid of those French fries and put a salad on your plate instead. All right. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving. I hope you continually give just gratitude for your life, no matter what season you're living in currently. Being grateful can help reduce stress as well. And it can help reduce inflammation in your body. That's right. Your body is listening at the cellular level. So when you are grateful for all that you have, you can start to move forward and take on these disciplines, these new habits that I'm sharing with you right now. So I'm sharing about gout, but these all apply for any dis-ease in the body. So I hope you found this helpful. If you are looking for a solution, a plan that works, join me at getvisiblyfit.com. If you have questions, email me, but let's get this taken care of. Let's get you on the path, the road of healthy eating, healthy movement, healthy thinking, and a good quality spiritual walk as well. Let's get you in the place that you really deserve to be in. All right. God bless. And thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Visibly Fit. I will catch you next time. Take care. Well, that's a wrap for today's show. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love spending this time with you. To learn more and get more free resources, just head on over to wendiepett.com. And thank you in advance for sharing this episode and this podcast, following and subscribing, not only to this podcast, but finding me on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are, I'm probably there too. Until next week and our next podcast time together, make it a Visibly Fit day.